25. Scariest places in America that people avoid. What makes a place scary? Is it the history behind it, the people who once lived there, or is it the feeling you get when you stand there? A chill down your spine, the hairs on the back of your neck standing up, a sense that something or someone is watching. Some places in America are so frightening, so filled with dark secrets, that people avoid them altogether. These aren't just haunted houses or creepy forests. These are places where history and fear collide, creating an atmosphere that's too chilling to ignore. And once you know about them, you'll understand why they're best left off your bucket list. Ready to uncover the scariest, most forbidden spots in America? Because what's lurking in the shadows of these places will leave you questioning everything. Part 1. The Haunted and the Forgotten. Let's begin with the Queen Mary, docked in Long Beach, California. What was once one of the world's grandest ocean liners now sits as a permanent hotel and tourist attraction. But visitors quickly learn that it's not the decor that stands out, it's the ghost. Over the years, numerous reports of paranormal activity have been linked to the ship. Guests have heard footsteps in empty halls, seen apparitions in the ship's eerie engine room, and even felt cold, unseen hands brushing past them. The Queen Mary has gained such a reputation for being haunted that it's one of the most avoided sites for those who aren't ready to face the unknown. Next, we head to the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. Famously known as the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining, this hotel sits in the middle of a mountain range, far away from the bustling city. Guests who spend the night there report strange, unexplained sounds. Piano music playing in the dead of night, voices whispering through empty hallways, and even the feeling of being watched by invisible eyes. Even before the hotel was popularized in King's novel, reports of ghost sightings date back decades. Whether it's the spirits of former guests or something darker, this hotel remains a scary haven for thrill seekers and one that many choose to avoid. Moving on to the Body Ghost Town in California, this abandoned gold rush town is so well preserved that it's been dubbed a ghost town frozen in time. While it may seem like an interesting historical spot, many avoid it due to the eerie feeling that something's not quite right. The town was abandoned in the early 1900s, but ghost hunters claim to have encountered restless spirits who still roam the empty streets, peering from windows and lingering around old buildings. There's something unsettling about a place left so undisturbed, with memories still hanging in the air like dust, which is why it's a place that many choose to leave unexplored. Then there's the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, a mansion that doesn't make sense. Built by the widow of the inventor of the famous rifle, this house is a maze of staircases leading to nowhere, doors opening into walls, and secret passageways. Some say it's an architectural masterpiece. Others claim it's the manifestation of the widow's obsession with ghosts. After losing her husband and child, she believed that spirits haunted her, and the house was built as a way to appease these restless souls. Today, visitors can explore the bizarre design of the house, but many leave with the sense that they've walked into a space where the dead still hold sway. A little further south is the Catacombs of Paris, but not the version you've heard of. Beneath the streets of the City of Light lies a hidden labyrinth of tunnels, filled with the bones of millions of Parisians. Originally created as an underground cemetery to address the overcrowding of Parisian graveyards, the catacombs are filled with eerie walls of skulls and bones, some arranged in strange patterns. While tourists flock to the known parts, there are hundreds of miles of tunnels that remain sealed off, shrouded in mystery, and said to be home to people who have gone missing. These dark, narrow passages are best avoided, especially by those unprepared for the chilling atmosphere that lingers in every turn. But these aren't the only haunted and abandoned places in America. Next, we'll uncover some hidden spots so eerie they make these places seem like nothing more than an ordinary street corner. Part 2. The Cursed and the Unseen. Let's move to one of the most notorious cursed places in America, the Bell Witch Cave in Adams, Tennessee. It's not just a haunted house, it's an entire legend tied to a place. In the early 19th century, the Bell family was tormented by an unseen force that manifested as a violent spirit known as the Bell Witch. The story of the haunting grew so famous that the witch was said to have attacked family members, thrown objects, and even killed a man. The Bell Witch Cave, where the haunting allegedly took place, has become a site people avoid. Despite attempts to investigate it, visitors often report a strange sense of dread and physical discomfort when approaching the cave, like something real is still watching. Now imagine stepping into the abandoned Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum in Weston, West Virginia. Originally built to house the mentally ill in the mid-1800s, the asylum is haunted by dark memories and horrific treatment. It closed its doors in 1994, but what's left behind is a haunting reminder of its troubled past. The building has become one of the most notorious haunted sites in the U.S., with reports reports of cold spots, strange voices, and ghostly apparitions appearing throughout the halls. The oppressive atmosphere is so thick that many paranormal investigators refuse to go back. This place has been abandoned for over 20 years, but its dark past still hangs in the air. Visitors avoid it, not just because of the terrifying hauntings, but because of the ghosts of the souls once trapped there. Heading south, the Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville, Louisiana is often called one of the most haunted homes in America. Built in 1796, the plantation has a history of tragedy, including the death of a slave girl and mysterious killings that never fully resolved. Legend says that ghosts of the slaves still roam the plantation, with sightings of a young girl in a mirror, strange footsteps, and a woman in white appearing in the window. Even guests staying overnight report strange occurrences, from cold, unseen hands to whispers in the dead of night. Despite its beauty, the Myrtles Plantation is best avoided by those who aren't ready to face the energy of its ghostly past. Next, we journey to the eerie, abandoned town of Centralia, Pennsylvania, where something far darker lies beneath the surface. In 1962, a coal mine fire started underground and has been burning ever since. The fire, which still smolders today, has created a chilling, toxic atmosphere in the town. Buildings collapsed, streets cracked open, residents fled, leaving behind an entire ghost town, still burning beneath the earth. Centralia remains an unsettling place. Despite being declared uninhabitable, the fire continues to burn, and the land is off limits to anyone who dares venture into the no man's land. It's a chilling reminder of the earth's power and the risks we face when we ignore nature. Out west, in Salton Sea, California, you'll find an eerie landscape that's haunted by something far stranger than spirits. The Salton Sea was once a vibrant resort community, attracting thousands of visitors in the 1950s. But when the water became polluted and fish began dying, the resort town rapidly decayed. The area is now a desolate wasteland of abandoned homes, RVs, and businesses, all crumbling, left to be reclaimed by the desert. People avoid it, not just because of its stark, post-apocalyptic atmosphere, but because of the choking, foul stench that lingers in the air. It's not just a ghost town. It's a place where time went to die, and the past refuses to stay buried. But there are still places far more terrifying, places where the air feels heavy and the fear seems to seep into your bones. These next spots are too dangerous, too cursed, or too bizarre to ever be explored by anyone brave enough to try. Part 3. The darkest secrets hidden from the world. Some places are so terrifying, so far from what we think of as normal, that even the bravest of souls refuse to venture near. They aren't just haunted. They're alive with fear, darkness, and mystery, and they draw in those who dare to explore, but only leave behind whispers and chills. Take the Hotel Monte Vista in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's one of the oldest hotels in the area, and one of the most haunted. The Monte Vista has been a popular stop for travelers for decades, but it's also known for its haunting history. Guests have reported seeing apparitions walking down the hallways, hearing unexplained footsteps in their rooms, and feeling a cold presence linger in the air. Some guests even claim to have been woken in the night by voices whispering their names. The hotel is still in operation today, but the restless souls of its past seem unwilling to leave, and many visitors avoid booking a room there for this reason alone. In Los Angeles, deep in the Hollywood Hills, lies the Cecil Hotel, a place known for tragic deaths, mysterious disappearances, and one of the most bizarre occurrences ever caught on film. Most people know about Elisa Lam, a young woman whose body was found in the hotel's water tank under strange circumstances. The elevator footage of her strange behavior before her disappearance sent chills around the world, but the hotel's haunted history goes much deeper than just this one incident. Over the years, it's been the site of multiple suicides, murders, and even the stay of infamous serial killer Richard Ramirez. Its reputation for dark energy makes it a place that even locals avoid, and many simply refuse to enter. Next, let's talk about the Lemp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri, an imposing building that hides a deeply unsettling history. Once the home of the Lemp Brewing Company owners, the mansion was the site of multiple suicides, violent deaths, and the destruction of a once great empire. The Lemp family's tragic downfall is now intertwined with rumors of hauntings, particularly the spirit of the Lemp family matriarch, who is said to still roam the halls. The mansion is now a restaurant, but visitors and staff have reported hearing unexplained noises, seeing shadowy figures move, and even feeling a chilling presence in certain rooms. Many believe it's cursed, a house forever haunted by its violent history. In New Orleans, one of the most famous haunted places in the U.S. is the LaLaurie Mansion. This historic home is infamous not for its beauty, but for the horrors that that occurred inside. In the early 1800s, the mansion was home to Madame Delphine Lalaurie, a wealthy socialite who is believed to have tortured and murdered several enslaved people in her care. The house was eventually abandoned, and what was found inside horrified the public. Today, the mansion remains standing, but its reputation as a house of unspeakable cruelty has led many to avoid it. Locals say the place still holds a dark, unsettling presence, and some even claim to hear the screams of those who once suffered there. Finally, we have the Devil's Kettle, a mysterious waterfall located in Judge C.R. Magny State Park, Minnesota. While it might seem like a scenic spot at first glance, the Devil's Kettle hides a terrifying secret. The waterfall splits into two parts, one flowing downstream and the other falling into a deep hole known as the Devil's Kettle. What makes this place so eerie is that no one has ever been able to figure out where the water from the kettle flows. It disappears into the earth, leaving a bizarre and unsettling mystery. Some believe it's a portal, while others claim it leads straight to hell itself. People stay away from this part of the park, too afraid to investigate further, but these places are just the tip of the iceberg. The final spots in this list aren't just scary. They're places so dangerous, so eerie, and so filled with unresolved mysteries, they might just make you rethink everything you thought you knew about fear. Part 4. The darkest, most dangerous places on Earth. Some places in America don't just haunt you with ghosts or stories. They haunt you with a sense of danger, an eerie feeling that something is still living there. These are the places people avoid because they're not just haunted, they're dangerous. Let's start with the Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, one of the most mysterious and dangerous places in America. Situated in the Uinta Basin, this ranch has been the site of countless unexplained phenomena, from strange lights in the sky to shape-shifting creatures and animals being mutilated. The Navajo people have long warned about the ranch, believing it to be cursed by a skinwalker, a creature that can transform into any form. Visitors have reported hearing footsteps, seeing strange beings, and even experiencing physical attacks from an unseen force. The scientific community has also been involved, but they've found little to explain the unnerving occurrences. Most people avoid the ranch, fearing that some things should remain unexplained. Next, we head to Centralia, Pennsylvania, an entire town consumed by fire. In 1962, a coal mine fire started underground, and it still burns to this day, over 60 years later. The town was once a thriving community, but now it's a ghost town with cracked streets, abandoned homes, and toxic smoke rising from the ground. The air is poisonous, and the land is unstable, with sinkholes and fissures opening without warning. The residents were forced to leave, but some claim to have returned, only to vanish into the silent, smoke-filled streets. No one dares live there now. The fire beneath the ground still threatens to swallow anything in its path. Then, we come to the catacombs of Paris, France, but their American counterpart is hidden in the underground vaults of New York City. Not all tunnels beneath the Big Apple are public. Some are off-limits and contain long-forgotten remains of a deadly history. During the plague, some early New Yorkers were buried underground in forgotten mass graves, with tunnels that led to secret locations. Some claim these tunnels are haunted, with sightings of shadows that never belonged to the living. Urban explorers have ventured in, but many never return, leaving behind only their cryptic messages. In the San Juan Mountains, Colorado, lies the ghost town of Animas Forks. It's an old mining town that once thrived in the 1880s, but now it's a desolate, haunting place. The buildings are crumbling, the silence is eerie, and most importantly, it sits high in the mountains, making it almost impossible to access. Freak snowstorms and the risk of avalanches make it treacherous to even attempt a visit. But it's not just the weather that makes people stay away. It's the unsettling energy of the place. Some say that spirits of miners still haunt the ruins, while others report hearing hammering sounds from long ago. Locals avoid it, knowing too well that nature is unpredictable here. And then there's the Bridgewater Triangle in Massachusetts, a region known for bizarre sightings, disappearances, and the supernatural. It's home to some of the most well-known paranormal hotspots in America, from the Hockomock Swamp to Freetown State Forest, places where unexplained lights hover above the trees and people have disappeared into thin air. Those brave enough to enter speak of the strange sensations they feel, like being watched or being followed by something they can't see. Some say that it's cursed, a place where the veil between our world and another is thin. Many stay clear of the triangle, unsure if the spirits of the past are waiting to cross over. But what if the real dangers aren't ghosts or strange creatures, but something even more terrifying lurking right below the surface? In the next section, we'll uncover the most dangerous places no one dares enter, places where the unknown is more than a ghost story. Part 5. The Unknown Threat. Lurking beneath some of the scariest places in America aren't haunted by ghosts, creatures, or even humans. They're haunted by the forces of nature itself. These places are so dangerous, so unpredictable, that even locals know to stay away. They exist, hidden in plain sight, waiting for anyone brave enough to test their power. Let's start with the Death Valley, California, one of the hottest places on Earth. Named for its scorching temperatures and hostile landscape, it's a land of extremes. The desert's furnace-like heat reaches up to 134 degrees, 56.7 degrees, and the terrain is treacherous. Yet, it draws adventurers and curious travelers, even though many have died here, lost in the vast emptiness. With no water sources for miles and temperatures that can instantly dehydrate you, it's a place that could swallow anyone up. And at night, the temperature plummets so low that the environment shifts from a deadly furnace to a freezing wasteland. It's not just about the heat. Death Valley is a reminder that sometimes nature is far scarier than anything we can imagine. Next, we move to the Great Dismal Swamp, which stretches across parts of North Carolina and Virginia. This swamp is just as frightening as it sounds. Once a hideout for runaway slaves, it became a place of refuge and survival. Today, it's a desolate, eerie place where even seasoned adventurers lose their bearings. The swamp is so thick with overgrown vegetation and swarming insects that walking through it feels like a never-ending maze. But the true terror of the swamp is its unstable ground and hidden sinkholes, which have swallowed entire vehicles whole. Despite being part of a national wildlife refuge, it remains off-limits to most travelers because it's just too dangerous. The Great Dismal Swamp may be beautiful, but it's unforgiving and filled with ghostly remnants of the past. In the Pacific Ocean, one of the most mysterious and dangerous places lies within the waters near the Bermuda Triangle. Though most of its ominous reputation focuses on air and sea travel, the region remains a place to be avoided. Pilots, sailors, and adventurers have mysteriously disappeared here over the centuries. The most chilling thing about the Bermuda Triangle isn't just the strange electromagnetic fields that mess with navigational instruments, but the unexplainable disappearances. Ships and planes vanish, never to be seen again, leaving behind only questions. People have been trying to understand the Bermuda Triangle for decades, but for many, it's better to keep your distance and let it remain a mystery. Now, let's head to the Devil's Hole, located in Nevada's Amargosa Desert. This mysterious, unfathomably deep, water-filled cavern has drawn scientists, treasure hunters, and adventurers over the years. It's named for the strange legends surrounding it. Those who've tried to explore it report that their equipment fails, and that the water seems to have an otherworldly energy. Even stranger, the rare species of fish that live in the water have been called living fossils. Some believe that this deep hole might actually lead to the Earth's core, or even something worse. And finally, let's talk about the Silent Hill-like streets of Centralia, Pennsylvania. While we've mentioned this eerie town before, there's something far more terrifying about the unseen danger beneath the surface. It's not just the toxic smoke and the haunting silence. The underground coal mine fire that's been burning for over 60 years shows no signs of stopping. The entire town is now abandoned, and people have been forced to leave as the ground shifts and crumbles beneath their feet. Many people report hearing strange rumblings in the earth and feeling the temperature change in sudden bursts. Centralia is not just a ghost town, it's a constant reminder that nature can erase everything in an instant, and that sometimes places can't be saved. But what if the most dangerous places are those that haven't even been discovered yet? What if new threats are being buried under the earth even as we speak? If these terrifying places left you speechless, don't forget to hit that like button, because we're just scratching the surface. Subscribe and join us for more chilling stories of the scariest spots you'll never visit, and let us know in the comments.